Alright guys, PDG reviews are back and we're going to look at Squid Games today. Now, if you want to see more reviews or reactions, let me know in the comments down below and I'll try to fit that in somewhere in the content thing, you know what I mean? So, yes, it's all the rage now. It was trending on Netflix for a couple of days. I heard my friends recommend it to me. I said, okay, let me go take in the Squid Games, alright? And it would be weird because it's an Asian thing, because it's actually a Korean series. And so initially, you're introduced with the protagonist Guyin. All right. Disclaimer: I have never been to Korea. I eat some Korean food. have never spoken Korean, so if the pronunciation seems off and offensive or whatever, just please bear with me. All right. So when you use things like protagonist and the numbers of the persons in the thing. All right. Cool. So we got the protagonist here with a little backstory, flashback to when he was playing a game in his town called the Squid Game. So you have a triangle, a square, and a circle. There is a waist part. The teams are divided into two offense of attackers and defenders. The defenders are inside the squid, the square portion. All right, and the attackers have to go around the squid, hopping on one foot until they pass through the waist of the squid. Then they'll be able to walk on 2 feet. They go back to the edge of the squid and then try to go through the defenders and get to the top of the squid and tap it with a foot. If you want to see it, just go watch it because it's a lot. And therefore, when you win, you say banzai and whatever. Cool. Now we can flash forward to modern day. And this guy seems to be a deadbeat, to be honest. He lives with his mother still, at whatever age he is. He's there eating while his mother is getting ready to go to work. He looks like he hasn't worked a day in his life. Okay, I'm lying. Apparently, he got laid off or retired from his job. First interaction is an argument. All right, arguing about money. And mother is reminding him of his daughter's birthday. Bro, what are you on, fam? And then he's like asking, oh, can I get some money to buy her something nice? Because, this money can't buy anything that she gave him already. So when she was leaving, she gave him some more money and said, why are you always working so much and whatever? Why you always spend the money that I earn from being a chauffeur? She said to him, bro, like that can't even pay off the interest on the loan payments. Shady. Mommy out there ending this man's career. Facts, bro. Anyway, so what was that? Wild. So anyway, he waits until she leaves and tries to be secretive, goes into her secret stash, gets out her card, her checking card. He goes to the ATM, enters a pin 4 times or 3 times. From what I remember, he can only enter the pin incorrectly 3 times. He did that, and the card machine didn't eat it up. So magically, he remembered that she changed from his birthday and not her birthday to his daughter's birthday, which is the 8th of June. Very important, because the symbolism in this series is real. Alright? So he has a gambling problem. He draws out how much, I don't even care. He goes and gambles, loses the first race, and then he wins because he bets on horse number 6 and horse number 8. Alright? Right, boom. So he wins like 4.5 million won. He goes out, he calls his daughter, hey, I'm going to buy you all these, tell me what you want to eat, write on all the nice things you want to eat because I'm going to buy you so much this and that, and he's showing off and whatever. While he's still on the phone, he sees a person, the loan shark that he owes, coming towards him saying hello, and his cronies on the other side. He have to go, hangs on the phone, runs back inside, bumps into somebody clearly, and the envelope flies out. I'm like, bro, you don't feel that? Like, what happened? But he's so kind to the girl that he bumped into that he forgot about the money and he gave her back her iced coffee or soda, ran in the bathroom. Now, this part, people, makes me sick. I don't know if this is something to do in Asia, but I have never seen this. I don't want to see it. I don't want to be a part of it. They go in and they ask him where's the money. He said he didn't want to hold them up. He wanted to pay them all at one point. He owed them like 160 million won, which is like 135,000 USD. Wow. Which translates to like 1,000,000 yen. No, 10 million yen. Eek. Or so, is that right? 100 million or 10 million? Like 10 million yen or something. Right, cool. People, I don't think I was prepared for this part. I was not ready for this. So the guy punches him, nose starts to bleed, and the guy that's coming for the money touches his blood that is running from his nose and puts it in his mouth and says, it tastes sweet. Like you have been eating lots of good food with my money. People, I feel cranny. I felt so grossed out. Like, how is that something like... Then he goes on to say, to add to the levels, to increase the levels of grossitude, the levels of disgustingment, the levels of nastiness. Or is this just him being Korean? I don't know. But me not like it. He says maybe I should get some more of your blood and make some soup, blood soup. What? Is that a thing? Somebody research done tell me in the comments if the blood soup is something in Korea. Any Korea, North, South, East, West Korea, any one of them. Because right now, me no want to go to Korea again. I wonder if that's the sauce they use on the chicken, the sweet and spicy chicken. No, it couldn't be. Throw up. Cool. So he has to now sign a waiver form, but if they come to collect again, they will take a kidney or body organs from him as a consent form. So he's now desperate, goes in the train station, runs to catch a train, misses the train. Lie. First of all, when he won the money, he gave the attendant, hey, buy yourself a coffee, 10,000 won. Then, after getting beat up, he comes back to the same attendant who is close enough to go home to buy herself the coffee. Hey, can I get back that 10,000 won? If I did 1 yard, girl, a Jamaican, sir, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know you. Or she get up and close and walk off because that 10,000 is gone, fam. Okay? So, he goes and misses the train and ends up running into a guy in a suit. He has on a suit. A guy in a suit that wants to play a game with him. 100,000 per game. I don't know what this game is called. You throw the paper on another paper. If you make the paper flip over, you win. Obviously he loses, and the important thing is, Guhin, the protagonist, goes first. He tries and fails. The guy in the suit beats him. And he says, oh, well, I don't have the money. So he says, okay, I'll box you for it. For each time. So I don't know how many times he got boxed, but for me, after the second box, I think I just go home. Because my pride would have taken me home. Some people's pride have them stay. Mine takes me out of the situation, and others, it prolongs them to stay in the situation. So boom. Homeboy wins one finally, and says, you saw that, I won. And he gets his 100,000, and the guy, before all of that, sorry, I can't believe I missed this part. The guy said, so I said, hey, you look like blah blah blah. The guy said to him, are you one of those pyramid scheme guys or religious people? No, I don't need to talk to you. Then the guy read him his file. He said, well, you are this. You owe 160 million won to the loan sharks and 250 million to the banks, 220 million to the banks. Bro, what are you doing with that sort of money? What were you borrowing? Oh, right. He had a failed business. That is why he owes something. He had a failed chicken and snack shop and something else, and that is why he owes. But Jesus Christ, man, that's a lot of money. Anyways, skip to that. He goes to meet his daughter, Guyang, Guyyeong, Guyyeong, yeah, and they're eating tteokbokki. Little white cylindrical gummy thing that you eat with Korean food sometimes. She was eating that and she loves that. He said he's sorry that he couldn't get her anything. He said, well, we just went to a steakhouse earlier with my stepfather. Just to let you know, said the man is spending time with me and money. But I love you, Dad. You see that she really loves and cares for her father. And, she tries to comfort him and she says her mother's not allowed to eat it. The exchange with him is really cute and endearing. And I can't believe this guy is so oblivious to when he says, next year I'm going to get you a better gift. And she's like, next year? And he's like, yeah. But she says it in a way which was trailing off to say, next year? I don't know about that, buddy. So he carries her back late. They enjoy themselves. He gave her a gun with a lighter gun. So a literal gun with a lighter as a present. Which he won from a UFO catching machine game, which he was losing until a kid felt sorry for him and taught him how to put it off. So it was already gambling. This man has a gambling problem. He had 10,000 won and he spent about 4,000 or 5,000 won on trying to get her a present, and then they spent the rest on a cheap little, what we call izakaya in Japan, restaurant on the street. Alright, so cool. So after that, he takes her home, mother, accustomed him for being late. He said he was only 10 minutes late, and, she said, okay, bye, whatever. And He said, don't quarrel on her birthday, okay? It's her birthday, just relax. Anyway, he took her inside. She took her inside and he walks back. I forgot this part. He got a business card from the guy that he lost us. Said, if you want to join this game, please call the number. Join the game, please call it. He goes back home with his 100,000 pocket. He buys some salted mackerel from one of his friend's mother's shop, which is important. He's away on a business trip and he went to university, is an investment banker. He goes back home, he goes into the house and he's eating what he has cooked or whatever, and then gives his mother some money. Mother asks him money story. He said, I worked my body for this, my arms, my face, my body for all of this. I'm like, yeah, you got boxed, my guy. And she breaks the news to him that his daughter is going to move overseas because of the stepfather's job in the US. So he has to move in the next couple of months, and the whole family is moving over there. And if you understand what that means, because goes over there, she will start speaking Korean, will forget how to speak it, and won't be able to communicate with the grandmother or him. And she asks, are you willing to lose her because of that? And he said, well, there's nothing I can do. I lost this in the divorce. She then goes on to say, well, if you're able to prove financially that you're able to prove that you're financially able to take care of your daughter, you can keep her here in Korea, according to a guy upstairs who is versed in law. I don't know how versed he is. I don't know what the laws are, but I know over in Japan, well, foreigners, we don't have no luck, so we're not getting to that. Anyway, boom. He goes to bed after looking at pictures, calls the number, says he wants to play, and he gives his date of birth. Goes outside to meet them. Now, here is where I don't understand this man. I know you're desperate and you want people money. They come for you, they open the door in the car, and you see everybody in there asleep. Every single solitary somebody asleep in the car. And that no suspicious to you, my brother. That's not suspicioso. It doesn't put up any antennas, no spidey sense tingling, nothing. I don't know if he is. Strangers, you know. Not some people you know. Something is off. Anyway, it goes and sits down. So, how long is this ride? Smoke. I mean, fumes. Gaseous fumes. Out. Cut to the scene where he wakes up in his bed, nicely tucked in new clothes, wearing the number 456. Everybody wakes up and is, oh, what is going on? That can't work! No way in Jamaica! First of all, there are a whole lot of things to unpack. So, did they bathe them? Did they strip them down fully naked and cleanse them and then put on the clothes? Because I have questions. How? How did they, well, obviously the researchers think to have the right sizes, but, and they stacked them in three double, the beds were bunk beds, 1, 2, 3 levels, somewhere on like a stadium, steps rising up. Me nah move until I know what is going on, because this is a strange. Anyway, they come and announce and explain the rules of the game, and they ask why they must trust them, and they read out everybody file. Who the thief this, who the how much billion one people. It is a mess, complete and utter mess. Before that, there's a commotion in the center and people are gathered around. 101 and 67 are fighting. Now apparently 67 is the apprentice of 101 and she left him high and dry. I don't know how she backstabbed him. He said 101 claimed that 67 backstabbed him, but 67 says she went independent. And the man gave her one independent thump because it's equal rights and justice for all, gender equality. I don't approve any hitting of women at all. I don't approve of it. You know, they're fighting, but then that's the same girl that pickpocketed our protagonist, Guyang. Oh, I need to get this better by the next episode. Crazy, right? Like the whole, everything is connected. And then also, guess who's in there with him? Mr. Sungmu, the son of the woman that he bought the salty bag from, his childhood friend. So everybody's not as it seems. So you have like it was really a wonderful representation of the cross section of society. You had like bankers, you had like old people, you had young people, you had gangsters, you had people who look like they work normal jobs. So it was just a whole melting pot of people. So the staff come out in their red hoodies and their masks, and the masks have on either triangle, circle, or square, which represents the SQUID game, I guess. They informed them that they're going to play 6 games. And after the 6 games, they'll get a prize. My boy, the protagonist, asks how much is it? The prize money, they said after the first game, they'll reveal how much it is. One foreigner was there. One foreigner. God bless him. He's a good guy so far. Boom. So they go and they're going to play and they sign up the waiver. The first clause is They go to sign a consent form which has 3 clauses. The first one is a player cannot stop playing. 2, a player who refuses to play will be eliminated. Eliminated has a meaning that will come on later. And the third clause is if the majority refuses to play or decides they don't want to play, the game will stop. They sign it and they go out into the field. Meantime, there's this guy in a black mask that's walking around like the kingpin and goes up to this special room, answers the phone and says, oh, the preparation for the games are done. You may begin. Perfect English. Who's this guy? Anyway, he goes, pours out his scotch, sit down and starts to watch these people. The game is basically green light, red light. The rules are you can move while our back is turned. This big old... Hold on. Stick a whole heap of pins, Andre. Let us just talk about how big this schoolyard field is that they created for them to walk into. Then they lock the doors behind them. This big old robot looking doll with her eyes are there and 2 of the staff members on either side. And I'm like, what is Dolly doing? They look freaky. Anyway, 2 of the competitors make a bet to see who will get to the who would win first, and then bet $1 million won. The rules are once it's green, you can walk. When she turns around and she detects movement, you're eliminated, right? So I figure, oh, you get tagged and you come out and walk back out and you can't move any way forward. So the first move, she goes and she turns around. One guy comes like this and stops. And he's like, drop a bomb. Yeah, homegirl shoot the man in them chest. Shoot the man! Her eyes start to the freaky thing and boom! In them chest. Everybody's like, wait, a gunshot not? Feel like a game like this is a gunshot that the boy gets in his chest. Was that a shot he got in his chest? So the guy's like, oh, look at it, he got caught. Then he goes, 1, 2, 3, red light, basically, in Korean. And she turns around again and he goes, hey, you can stop acting like, and the guy coughs up the blood. He sees and turns around and starts to run. Him gets shot in him, he gets shot. The blood splatters on somebody else's face, a woman. She goes and touch her face and start to scream and start to move. People, rules are rules. After the first shot, there is no way me and move. We would have frozen with fear. Right? That's the move. None at all. Doko Ikuno. I would be going anywhere. I would probably piss my pants. So the struggle to get there is real. And the old man, number 1001, who is hilarious, by the way. He takes a cake. He goes, toop, 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 toop. Right? And goes up. Ah, Jesus. Right. So... him take time to walk. Every time before she comes around, he jumps and stops and crouches so he doesn't move to maintain his balance, right? Cool. He goes and eventually everybody's moving. 101 and 67 have beef, and 67 pull the boy, go behind the boy and pull him head and try to get him to move. Then Sung Moo, his friend with the glasses, the investment banker, says to him, hey, if you get behind somebody, it won't see. I suspect it's a motion detector they're using for her. Along the way, people get eliminated. At the final hurdle, with time winding down, homeboy decides to step on somebody and trip. There is a foreigner to grab him and hold him. And 2 of them jump over and then reach safe. One of the contestants over there could see like a brown stain on them bottom. I presume that is defecation. He shot himself. Yeah, he was not ready for that. I wasn't ready either. Me, never ready for see people dead over 1, 2, 3 red light. That is some gangster-ish. Right there. Right there, so. Right there. I don't know what it is. It's a crazy game. Anyway, the remaining people that didn't make it after the cut got shot. Listen to me good. You think so if the time goes 0 and our head turn and me there 5 centimeters from like me now dive over that? The people are dark. And that is episode 1. That is episode 1, people. Off to a banger. Boom. My neighbor going cause me, I'm not putting it right about now. Alright guys, so that is the review. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. Tell me what was your favorite part of episode 1 if you watched it. Tell me what's your favorite part of episode 1 if you watched it. And which character you like so far. I don't know. I can't wait for I'm going to do episode 2 later today or tomorrow. And we're going in it again and get the next review. Alright? Biggest guys in Jamaican YouTuber. Ikimacho!